E aí pessoal, tudo bem? Quem fala é o K, trazendo para vocês uma gameplay hoje de Stories The Path of Destinies. Para dar a primeira meia hora desse jogo.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Renato plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. But then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Renato had promised his mother he'd protect him. The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Renato told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Renato had to run after him.
Parece que na história eu sou o Reinardo. Tem que proteger o Peter, que é a criança que correu com o Ligue, correndo que estava sendo queimado.
The two Ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Renato said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The Ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Gostei do tipo de historinha, uma narrativa interessante. Que o jogo ensina a dar o counter, que é só apertar o direcional na direção que você vai ser atacado e o botão de ataque. Gostei do combate, tem bastante ação. As sombras eu achei meio estranho aqui, ó. Eu vejo minha espada, mas não vejo meu carinha. Segurar para gravar, mirar e soltar para tacar o bicho além. E... então não precisa bater ninguém, né? Só ficar atacando isso. Acabei de aprender um finisher.
Oh, right.
O jogo não me ensinou isso.
Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Renato going to get a hero sword?
Preciso de uma espada de herói para abrir o negócio. Ah. Convenientemente tem um baú aqui, ó. Deve ter uma espada de herói.
Wind essence? Perfect.
Aí, ó. Suas crafting.
A hero sword. QED.
Isso, Firestone Heroes. Ah, legal, interessante. Várias espadas no jogo. Vou comprar uma espada de herói agora. Quem iria suspeitar disso? Não queria
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook and she'd laughed at Renado's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was, just the kid. He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. "How'd you get across?" he asked the kid. "Where'd you find a hook?" "I hopped," said the kid. White-ass kid. "Hey, look out behind you." "Cute," said Renato. Oh, ravens.
Ah, espada forte, caramba. Eu posso fazer isso aqui?
It was time to talk some sense into the kid. He took his way across the ledge and chased the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it?
Isso.
Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Parece que se eu meditar nesses altares aqui, eu aprendo skills novas. Opa! Toda vez que você ganha um nível, você ganha pontos de skill. Gaste seus pontos de skill através das glórias para ganhar novas habilidades poderosas. Entendi. Descrição da skill. Tem um skill point. Tá? O jogo está me obrigando a pegar o hook.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Bem natural esse jogo.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kester run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its ivy.
Ah, porra, mataram a criança. Ah, é só fazer isso. É só fazer isso. Então tá, né?
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes. In a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Caralho, velho, o menininho virou uma pilha de cinza. Isso, velho. Objeto quebrável. Então, sim, objeto quebrável geralmente tem coisa dentro, né? Opa. Fruta do Gupa. Isso me lembra do Crash. Opa, tem metal aqui. Essas frutinhas do Crash.
What's the big deal about this book anyway? maybe he should open it and find out.
O jogo me fez deixar 2 olhos.
All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. Where are you running, rebel? Cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. Just going out for milk? Renato yelled back. Where can you run? Laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life! It cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper. The legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper?
Ok, eu posso escolher agora como que eu vou seguir a história. Eu vou salvar o meu amigo ou pegar uma arma lendária. Eu acho que eu vou salvar o amigo, hein? Posso pegar a arma lendária depois, mas meu amigo eu não posso salvar 2 vezes.
Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Objetivo: resgatar o Lapino.
Renato's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Diz que de gemas. Eu posso botar gemas aqui na luva. Entendi. Mas não devo ter nada pra botar agora. Yeah. O jogo me deu 3 ouro ali. É hora. Plataforma que voa. Isso me lembra do Crash também. Tem um cara morto ali.
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renato had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Não posso usar o Hulk pra correr. Não posso usar o hook para mexer objetos.
He wasn't that good. Yet.
Altar. Ah, não posso prender nada do altar, não tenho habilidades. Oh, licença de vento. Cenoura. Vamos avançar na história então. Isso aqui tem uma narrativa muito interessante. A jogabilidade ok, até. O sistema de parry dele é muito legal.
Ravens were landing everywhere.
Hey.
The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Ai, o Lapino foi. Ele é um espião. Opa, tem um baú aqui. Vou pegar o baú, né? Antes de seguir a história. Claro, obviamente. Só tem minério. Coisa quebrável, tem que quebrar. Altar, agora dá pra fazer. Dash.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Eu acho que eu tinha que ir pra outra direção ali, mas já que eu deixei pra cá. Não. Só um caminho alternativo. Ah tá, aquela barrinha ali de baixo ali que indica se eu posso dar dash. Entendi. Muito provável que o combate vai ficar um pouco mais intenso agora. Ai, nossa, tomei o primeiro hit. Tomei 2 hits inteiramente à toa porque eu errei o botão. Vou fazer isso aqui. Pra desviar da frente do golpe, eu fui pra cima do cara. Eu acho que eu vou sentir falta de pote de HP aqui nesse. Que isso? Uma espada roxa agora que eu tenho que fazer?
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renaro. No?
Poderia voltar ali e botar a skill que eu acabei de ganhar, né? Já que eu upei. Mas eu vou seguir em frente. Opa!
Dirty and bloody, Renardo finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renardo recognized the cards. It was Lupino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am! The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Minhas opções agora é sequestrar a filha do imperador ou pegar o poder ali dos deuses, o Sky Reaper. Eu acho que eu vou sequestrar a filha do imperador. Parece a calma mais sensata. Ou eu deveria ficar forjando.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renado's best friend in Swordfu school. And you're still mad for her. The rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the Master Spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right. The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty. This chest was really awesome. See what I did there?
Yeah. Então, sem querer eu fiz uma escolha boa, nem sabia que o Renato conhecia a pessoa que eu ia sequestrar, mas parece que conhece, né? São amigos de velha data, amigos íntimos até. Eu vejo gente morta, velhinho morto. Só um poste de luz? Ué. Uou! Pera aí, vamos conversar, não é assim.
Hero Wall, Hero Sword, Ice Wall, Ice Cube.
Quase que eu morri ali, é tão, hein? Essência de fogo. O que vai acontecer aqui? Vai ter uma interseção ali? Ah, esse aqui já era, então. Okay.
Ha! Bet you never saw that coming.
Ferrou. Por que a primeira porrada não pega? Tudo bem. Uma alavanca. Nada quebrável. Acho que os bichos não voltam, né? Na alavanca fecha.
That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
Extremamente fácil. Vou saber o que são esses símbolos no chão aqui, né?
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Bora.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lapino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
Então, ali agora eu tive que escolher entre seguir o plano do Lapino de botar um...
I craft a sword now. It's gonna be really short.
Então, como eu estava dizendo, eu tive que só escolher entre não seguir o plano do Lapino ou seguir o plano do Lapino de plantar uma bomba lá dentro do estabelecimento onde vou usar ele como isca.
Renato had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2.
Tinha um altar. Posso aumentar a velocidade de movimento ou fazer isso, cara. Combo. Acho que eu vou aumentar a velocidade de movimento. Eu não tô precisando.
Wish I could do that.
Muita coisa. Opa, foi isso. Ah, tá. Easy peasy. Não dropa nada esses bichos.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Peppino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Renato, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never return my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Lapino. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapino was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her. Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase.
Acho que a menina se ligou que ela ia ser levada para interrogatório e... Aí tá bom.
Oh, they really ought to put a railing on this thing, he thought.
A menina se ligou que ela ia pro interrogatório e ela pulou. Mas só que ele é um gato e gato sempre cai de pé, né? Por isso que ela se jogou. Será que isso quebra? Opa. Minério. A ambientação desse jogo é bem diferente. Olha. É até gostosinho de jogar, cara.
If they didn't want their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger.
Acho que eu tenho minério suficiente para construir uma espada nova agora. A última vez que eu vi custava só 35, né? Ah, pra isso que servem essas marcações no chão. Dá um telepora. Ok, mas agora pra onde eu vou? Tem caminho aqui pra baixo. Isso de onde eu vim.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Uou! O chão cai. Muito legal a ambientação. Primeira vez que estamos vendo um bicho novo. Evitar o fogo do Warlock. Ele vai dar dano em todo mundo na área. Pô, ele virou 2 bichos. Easy win. Opa, minério. Vocês estão vendo como eu falei o grau de dificuldade do jogo? O grau de dificuldade do jogo vai aumentando gradativamente. Já mandou um inimigo novo, agora os inimigos estão reagindo um pouco mais rápido.
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his.
Aparentemente, tá chegando perto da gata.
A crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it.
Posso fazer uma espada nova. Uou. Segurar o trigger direito para ativar a espada mágica. Então, consome energia. Entendi. Entendi. Então agora eu tenho uma espada. Eita porra! Ativar ela gasta energia.
Hey, I'm a firefox, thought Renato.
Firefox. Oh fuck. Whoa. Fácil.
Renato reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again. He said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much. She said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer. Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. how that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
Ah, levar a menina até os interrogadores, quando eles vão torturar ela, ou conversar com ela. Mas conversar com ela pode me enganar. Então, vamos tentar ser um cara legal.
Renato could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. I can't take her to those creatures at the base. He whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me. She'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will! Shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Renato was falling. When he came to, Zenobia was standing over him. Why didn't you take me to the base to be interrogated? She demanded. Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens. I can't stop you. But strangely, she didn't. As Renato set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens.
Aparentemente eu briguei com meu amiguinho Lapino e ele me jogou do barco. A menina podia ter fugido pelos Ravens e não fugiu. Isso que é perto de mim. Eita. Então vamos ver o que temos aqui agora. Eu preciso de mais materiais para fazer qualquer coisa ali. Acho legal que o game fala pra você que você precisa de mais materiais se você não gasta seu tempo abrindo o negócio.
He wished there were more pylons he could use the hook on. They really needed to construct additional pylons.
Gostei. Ai, tomei. Ih, derrubei o bichinho lá embaixo sem querer.
Imagine if you built a house on one of these things. Oh, that would be amazing. It would be like having a boat.
Tem razão, se construísse uma casa num bagulho desse era como se tivesse um barco. Isso aí foi bem fácil. Só mandei todo mundo pra puta que pariu. Isso faz. Ah, fica pegando fogo ao meu redor, é só isso. É, só isso.
As Renato stopped to sniff the wind, Zenobia came up, still mad. Did you really think you'd just talk me into betraying my father? Oh yeah, sure, that was exactly my plan. Then why aren't you even talking to me? Because I've never talked you into anything in my life. They're gonna court-martial you for letting me go. He caught a whiff of the Farfarer. Wet rope, tar, and a cask of Scobel ale he'd spilt last year. It was that way.
Você tem razão, menino. Acabar comigo se eu deixar você fugir, então não sai de perto de mim. Então pega o bagulho aqui comigo. Volta aqui. Queria ter um desses, mano. Não ia precisar pegar trânsito pra sair de casa. Musiquinha de elevador agora, hein?
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicions. Renato felt a little bad stealing crafting materials from chests. He preferred to rob them from people with sword points. Sure enough, the Farfarer had crashed in some rocks. There was no sign of Lupino. Zenobia caught up. All that kid stuff in Swordfu school. Look, that's the past. We're adults now. We have duties to other people. We have destinies. What are you talking about? And you are the most arrogant, slow-witted, light-fingered, mercenary, immoral, reckless. Run away with me, said Renato, and he realized he meant it. What? Just like that? She demanded. I will, if you will. So she kissed him. And it was the best kiss he'd ever had. They held hands as they boarded the Farfarer. Renato felt light-hearted, like the winds that were playing the rigging like a balalaika. But Lupino, I need to get back to Lupino, he said, suddenly realizing he could have been captured. A prisoner. He's not. How'd you know? He saw something in her eyes he didn't understand. He fell, didn't he? Into the abyss. She looked away, wouldn't answer. But then a bolt smashed through the Farfarer's keel. The broken ship plummeted out of the clouds. Renato picked himself off the deck. They were alive. We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me? I guess I must, he said. You go on ahead. Clear the path, she said. I can't kill my own soldiers. He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
Pessoal, eu acho que eu vou ficando por aqui. Continuo a campanha no próximo vídeo. Muito obrigado por assistirem até essa parte. Se você gostou até agora, deixe seu joinha e até uma próxima. Falou!